first, and the first of them will be Mr. Arsenis, who has 4 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. President, Commissioner, colleagues. Now we're talking about 2 specific reports, but in any case, the subject is climate change. Every year, we are engaged in negotiations, and every year some progress is made. However, every year, as years go by, we are not satisfied with that progress. It is not enough in order for us to be able to have serious possibilities of reaching a world agreement by 2015. What are we doing wrong? What needs to change? Through these 2 reports, we have a clear position here in this Parliament. We feel that we have to be more serious, more determined, and this has to pertain to our legislation in Europe. When we come back from our international negotiations and these meetings, we simply mustn't be content with putting all of this into legislation in Europe. We need to take further steps. We need to go further in our legislation to complete that legislation. This is what we're doing with the UNFCCC. After Durban, we decided to incorporate the Durban decisions by including accounting rules for land use change and forestry. But instead of just sticking to the minimum decisions from Durban, which is an obligation to have accounting rules for those emissions from forestry, from reforestation, from afforestation and land use and so on, we decided that we would take things further. We decided that the European Union member states would also have to have rules for activities carried out on farmland. And in this legislation, we have an obligation on the European Union to be in the vanguard here, so that at an international level, we can ensure that accounting of emissions from wetlands can also be imposed at international level. And we believe that if we continue along these lines in this direction, and if we take this very seriously, if we ensure that we are more responsible in our environmental policies, we will be able to reach an international agreement on the climate by 2015. But of course, this type of progress takes some work, and in addition to all the colleagues, the shadow rapporteurs on this, who supported this idea of a mandatory accounting every year for this particular land use, I'd like to thank Ilia Preveza, my assistant, Elika Zon from the Secretariat of the Socialist Group, who have worked so hard, Isabel Finley from the Secretariat of the Environment Committee, the Cyprus Presidency and the European Commission. Everyone, all together, have worked so hard on this to ensure that this has come through quickly in the first reading, and there we are, 2013, and we're starting, hopefully, to have member states carrying out these accounting procedures. We have to have the world agreement by 2015, and we will have that agreement by 2015.